Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here, and also thank you for being understanding of me not putting out a video last week. I just really needed to prioritize some family time over the holiday weekend, as I'm sure that you guys also had to as well. Today's video is going to be fun and lighthearted. I'm going to be sharing my current 2022 luxury wish list with you today. Now, something to keep in mind is that I absolutely do not intend to purchase all of these items, let alone all of these items within the same year. I think that wish lists are very important because they can be a very productive way for you to kind of gather your thoughts and make some decisions about some larger purchases that you want to make. It's really important to kind of sit back and think and really decide, are these items right for you? Are they going to fit your lifestyle? Can you afford them? You know, those are all things to consider when making a wish list. In addition to practicing mindful, conscious shopping for pieces in your wardrobe, especially when it comes to luxury, it is super important to be mindful when consuming luxury goods. The biggest reason for that is that these items are expensive, and I really want to kind of drive in the point that we need to remember to not be desensitized to the price points of these items. So with that being said, let's get right into my luxury wish list for the year of 2022. So I have this organized by category. I'm going to be first talking about bags, then small leather goods, jewelry, and then ready to wear. If at any point you decide to fast forward or skip to a different point in this wish list, you're not going to hurt my feelings at all. I will always have the timestamps provided for you down in the description below. The first category that I'm going to dive into is, of course, handbags. As I'm going through the list of items, I'm going to let you know if I end up purchasing this item, if I would buy it new or if I would buy it used, and I'm gonna kind of dive a little bit into why I would do that. To be completely transparent, and this is probably going to spoil things a little bit, but there's very few handbags that I personally find worth it to buy brand new. So a lot of these items on this wish list, just in general, are going to be items that I plan to buy pre-loved. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm also not really going to be talking about anything in any particular order. However, the first handbag that I'm going to be talking about is something that is at the very top of my wish list. The first handbag on my luxury wish list is this Gucci Horsebit small shoulder bag in the brown leather. So this is a camera bag style, and it is a style that I absolutely fell in love with once I saw it in person. So I actually have the, I won't say matching, but coordinating wallet with this. That was a gift for my husband, and I absolutely love it. I do love the GG Gucci Supreme logo print. As you can see, I am wearing a Gucci scarf today. However, when it comes to the actual handbags, I kind of prefer more of the subtle designs of Gucci. I do have a Gucci hobo bag that I purchased as an alternative to the Gucci Jackie. I absolutely love it, and really only people who are avid lovers and connoisseurs of Gucci, specifically older styles of Gucci, would actually even know that that's a Gucci bag. And that's kind of how, like, the vibe that I like to go with Gucci. I like to go a little more classic, and I really love that horsebit style. And I love the Gucci logo print in certain circumstances. Like, I much prefer it in something like a scarf or in something like a small leather good. So this bag does come in the regular Gucci Supreme monogram print, but the all leather version is honestly to die for. It's beautiful, it's durable, and it's very practical. I could see myself wearing this as a daily bag. It's definitely more casual. Another thing that I love about it, which is something that unless you actually saw this bag in person, you may not know, that this leather is actually not smooth. It has a bit of a texture to it. And because it has that texture, it's a lot more durable and more scratch resistant. So this is a bag that I would purchase new from the boutique. The main reason for that is I'm not really seeing many of these pop up on the secondary market, and the ones that I have, they're really only a couple $100s off. And when I'm buying a secondhand luxury item, I really kind of have this rule where I need to save at minimum 40 to 50% in order for me to justify buying it pre-loved. Because when you're buying it from the boutique, I mean, you're not only going to get some sort of warranty, you're going to have that purchase history, you're going to get the full boutique experience as well. And, you know, for me, if I'm only saving a couple $100s, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's not enough incentive for me to buy it pre-loved. This bag also, as far as I'm aware, is not that popular, at least in the YouTube community. I don't really see a lot of people talking about this bag. To be honest with you, a lot of these bags that I'm gonna mention, I don't see a lot of people talking about, but that doesn't matter to me. I like what I like. And you know, because of that, it's not as popular. Not as many of them are going to be ending up on the secondary market, at least at this point. So if I decide to buy a brand new luxury handbag from a boutique, I probably am going to be buying this one. The second item on my wish list is from Louis Vuitton. I've mentioned this many times before, but although I am an avid lover of Louis Vuitton, I specifically only like older styles and vintage styles of Louis Vuitton, simply because you cannot beat the quality for the price point. I just am so in love that I absolutely have no interest in buying anything brand new from Louis Vuitton, except for certain things. Like I did buy that agenda refill. I made a video about that if you've not checked that out yet, and I'll link that for you guys if you're interested. But in terms of handbags, accessories, and things like that, I have no interest. I have absolutely none. I probably will never set foot in a Louis Vuitton boutique. There are definitely some luxury brands that are headed in those higher price point directions, but the quality is not keeping up with that. And that is again something for you to really think about and keep in mind. So anyway, enough of that rant. The item on my wish list is a Speedy 25, but not in the classic canvas, not in any of the canvas prints actually, in the epi leather. You really can't get more classic than a Speedy, but I really much prefer to have it in a different type of material, something to make it a little more unique and a little more subtle for people who are not aware of what epi leather is, or that that bag is even made in different types of material other than the canvas. I don't currently have any epi leather pieces in my collection, and I've been really thinking about what I wanted to add to my collection in the epi leather, and I really think that the Speedy 25 is going to be that perfect item. It comes in a wide range of colors, but I really think that I'm going to go for a loud pop of green. Green is my absolute favorite color, and I need to have at least one green bag in my collection, but I also can see myself getting a ton of use out of the black. The next item on my wish list is from Balenciaga. I really want to have a Balenciaga City or a Balenciaga First in my collection. I gotta be honest with you, I have to thank Caleb for reawakening the teenager in me who so desperately wanted one of these bags in high school. Honestly, it is a classic bag that I could see myself wearing for the rest of my life. I know that they're very well made and very durable, especially the ones in the goat leather. I am a huge lover of goat leather because it is so beautiful, and as you use it more, it gets more beautiful and luxurious looking. Now, I've been seeing some articles popping up here and there about this bag coming back, so it will probably soon become an it bag, and I'm sure that the price points of them are going to kind of skyrocket in the near future. I'm definitely taking that into consideration, not because I care about this bag being in at the moment, but because that's going to be a deciding factor for me of maybe I need to purchase this sooner rather than later on my wish list so that I could save myself some money. In terms of color, I haven't decided quite yet. I can't go wrong with black, of course, but I think maybe like a fun pop of color might be appropriate for this bag as well. I really could go either way, so I'm really kind of open when it comes to this bag. And like I said, I've not really decided if I prefer the Balenciaga First over the regular City bag. There's some slight differences there, but maybe you can help me out with that, Caleb. And if you don't know who Caleb is, I will definitely link his channel below for you guys. He is so fun. He makes a lot of great luxury content specifically about Balenciaga. That's his favorite brand, and he's super sweet and nice. So definitely go ahead and check him out as well. The next handbag on my wish list is a Lady Dior. And now, not just any Lady Dior, a nylon Lady Dior. This is such a classic, beautiful style that will absolutely stand the test of time. Now, the regular lambskin version is not something that works with my lifestyle. However, a nylon version, a durable version, definitely is. Another reason this bag is so attractive to me, especially in the nylon, is that you can get these bags for such incredible deals. But yeah, I think it's a great spin on that classic. It makes it a little less dressed up and a little more casual, which is a lot of what my style is these days, and I could see my style continuing to be in the future. But because it's a Lady Dior, it's very easy to dress up as well. I see it being a very versatile, practical piece in my collection. Now, I know some of them come with nylon handles as well. That's not the style that I'm interested in. I'm specifically interested in the black nylon, but with the leather handles. In terms of hardware, I'm open to either the gold or the silver. I'm not really sure which I'd prefer. So yeah, a nylon Lady Dior is absolutely at the top of my wish list. Another bag that is on my wish list is from YSL. YSL has definitely been on my radar for quite a long time, and definitely I was considering the YSL Cassandra. I still think that that is a beautiful, amazing bag. I love how it opens up too. It's very dramatic in that way. I don't think that that bag would be a bad choice, or I could also see myself purchasing that maybe in the future, but that's not currently on my wish list. There is something else that I'd like to get instead. So I have always wanted a tweed bag in my collection. Tweed will never go out of style, and unfortunately I cannot afford Chanel tweed anything. So that is not something that is practical or attainable for me at this point in my life, which is totally fine. But the next best thing to that, to me at least, is YSL tweed. They make a ton of bags in tweed. It is a high quality wool tweed as well, so there's no polyester crap woven into that. It's going to be long lasting and durable if taken care of correctly. I know some people are intimidated by that, but wool is very easy to care for, like I said, if you take care of it properly. I'm interested in the Lulu or the camera bag in this bright, beautiful tweed. YSL makes more muted earth tone tweed bags as well, but I love this pop of color. I think it's so unique and so different, and because it has so many colors woven into it, it can really go with a variety of different colors in your wardrobe, especially jewel tones. It looks so amazing with that, and I just absolutely fell in love. I'm sure many of you knew this, but unfortunately there was a recent price increase with YSL, but even with that price increase, I'm still interested in either of these bags. This is a bag that I would be buying new and not buying pre-loved. I've not really seen these pop up on the pre-loved market anyway. I don't think that they are as popular, like I said before previously, in a lot of these bag choices that I have. So my pre-loved options are going to be limited, and I'm noticing that the resale value or resale market for YSL bags has really skyrocketed. So I'm not interested in saving $100 or $200 on this bag to buy it pre-loved. That would be worth it to me to just pay the full retail price, get the boutique experience, get that warranty and customer service. That is worth that extra couple $100 to me. I definitely could see myself wearing this a lot, even though it is a loud pop of color, but I think it's also classic and timeless, and I could see myself wearing this for many years to come. Okay, I could really talk about handbags all day, but the last one I'm going to be talking about today is another Gucci bag. I am dying to have a bamboo handle Gucci bag in my collection. I haven't decided specifically which bag I'd like to have, but I do know that I want to go pre-loved and probably vintage over the new ones. And that's honestly practically from a price point standpoint. Having a Gucci bamboo handle bag in my collection is like having a piece of history in my collection, which is something that is important to me and something that I'm really looking for. So if you weren't aware, to give you a little bit of a history lesson, the bamboo handle was invented when there was a leather shortage during World War II. It was such an innovative, eco-friendly move for the brand, and it was a iconic move as well because it has become a well-known staple and design element of the House of Gucci. So I've been thinking about purchasing the vintage Diana version, not the new version. So that one is definitely on my radar. But there's also this style that has recently come out. I think it's originally maybe a 1950s or 60s style. I can't remember specifically, but they have taken that style out of the vault and have made new bags in that style. Now that means that this bag, unfortunately right now, at least temporarily, the prices on the resale market have skyrocketed. But I really do think after, the hype calms down a little bit, that might actually be the one I end up going with. Okay, guys, I'm gonna move on to small leather goods. There's only one item on this list, and that is because I'm not a huge small leather goods person. I don't like to swap out items in my small leather goods unless I absolutely have to. So I have a compact wallet, I have a card case, I have a clay key holder. I can even fit some cards in my pocket agenda cover as well. So sometimes I use that as a compact wallet too. So I don't really have a need nor a desire to have more small leather goods than I absolutely need to. But the one that I'm actually missing, and specifically missing for the colder weather months, is the Louis Vuitton Toiletry 15 pouch. I don't carry a ton of stuff with me in general these days, but in the winter time, I like to have some lip balm and a small hand cream and a couple other little things that I really think would be best put in a little specific pouch like the Toiletry 15, something that can be wipeable, something practical. I've definitely been watching the pre-loved market on the toiletry pouches. I know that the hype around them has calmed down a little bit, and so has the price point of these items. So it may make sense for me to purchase that in the semi-near future, not only because I'm in the current season where I would be needing and using that item, but because, like I said, the price point is becoming more palatable for me to swallow and to consider actually buying this item. This is a very practical purchase, and once I have that Toiletry 15, I don't have any other small leather goods on my wish list, and I probably won't for many years to come. So now we're going to move on to jewelry, which is a category that I think that sometimes people overlook. Jewelry is such an easy way to elevate the look of any outfit. I really got into jewelry a few years ago when I was really making a point to discover and find my personal style. Although my taste in jewelry has kind of taken a bit of a shift and a bit of a change, I'm not wearing as many statement pieces any longer. I still keep a lot of those because every once in a while I like that pop of color, I like a statement, but I'm also making a more conscious effort to make some investments in some high quality fine jewelry. All of these jewelry pieces I'm going to mention today, I'm interested in buying brand new. The reason for that is, well, there's a couple reasons. The first one is I'm comfortable with the price point that they're at. They are expensive, but to me, it's worth it to buy it brand new. And also, I'm not as comfortable buying jewelry pieces on the secondhand market because for me personally, it's harder to decipher a counterfeit item that is a fine jewelry piece over than something that is like a handbag. That's a lot easier for me to decipher if that's authentic or not. I'm not as experienced with jewelry, but also just from a wear aspect, I really just want to have something that's brand new and fresh to me when it comes to these specific jewelry items. The first item on this wish list is actually from David Yurman, and that is the medium crossover hoops. I've wanted these for a long time now, very consistently, and I can definitely see this as being a top priority purchase for me in the year 2022. The reason I love these earrings so much is that they're a combination of silver and gold, and I mix silver and gold pretty much every single day, and I love the versatility of that. So I'm not feeling stuck to only wear silver or only wear gold. I also think that the price point for these is pretty fair. You know, there is going to be a little bit of a markup because it is a name brand, But honestly, that doesn't bother me. I really think that these are beautiful and classic. I could see myself wearing them honestly every single day. The next item from David Yurman that I like is this crossover X ring. I love wearing statement rings. I think it's such a fun way to express yourself and your style. I wear this one from Seiko Designs. I link it pretty much in every single one of my videos. This is made from upcycled brass. It's from a amazing sustainable jewelry brand company. But I've been looking to add more statement rings to my collection, and I definitely think I want to add this ring. As it currently stands, it is a contender for the year of 2022 and being something that I might purchase. The only thing that's slightly holding me back is that I am in the process and have been losing weight, and my fingers have also been getting a little bit slimmer as well. So I'm not sure if the time is quite right for me to purchase that ring. I don't want to purchase it and then not be able to wear it after a little bit. I think I might be able to get that resized, but so those are some questions I'm gonna have to ask when I go into the David Yurman boutique, probably sometime early next year. I'm not really sure if you would consider this jewelry, but I do, and that would be a different strap for my Shinola Birdie watch. I've not talked a ton about this watch, but I do link it in pretty much every single one of my videos because I wear it pretty much every single day, unless the weather is super crazy harsh or I'm doing something in which it would not make sense for me to wear a watch like this, like going on a hike or something like that. This was a gift from my husband this year, and I am so in love with it. I chose the wrap style watch band. I was kind of going back and forth between that and this metal, silver and gold band, but I ended up with the wrap style first because I felt like that was a little bit more suited to my lifestyle, but I also knew that at a later date I could purchase a different strap. So not only are these watches handmade, high quality luxury watches at a great price point, you can swap out the bands at any time and purchase something else to give yourself a different look without buying a whole new watch. To wrap up my wish list, I'm going to be talking about ready to wear. Now, I am not the biggest fan of luxury ready to wear because I don't think the majority of the time that it is worth the price point that it comes with. And the cost per wear can be high unless it is something like an accessory like a scarf or something like a coat or jacket. So both of these items are going to be outerwear pieces, coats, jackets, and they're two pieces that are extremely timeless, and they're both of them I want to purchase on the secondhand market. And the main reason for that is the savings, the savings that you get from purchasing these pre-loved versus new is insane. So the first item on that is a Burberry trench. Now, I do have a video out on my channel talking about why I returned a Burberry coat that I purchased. It was actually a Burberry car coat, which I guess technically I'm still open to a car coat as well. But that was a brand new purchase. I did purchase that from Nordstrom Rack, but I ended up returning it because it wasn't quite right for me. And it's unfortunate because that was a really good price point. I think I paid just under $600 for it. And for a brand new Burberry coat, that is an incredible deal because I think that they kind of retail more in that $2,000 to $2,500 range brand new right now. But the nice thing about going pre-loved and specifically vintage is that you can get some vintage ones for around that $100 to $150 mark, which is fantastic. They also come in a wide variety of colors as well. I might end up going for a green because green is my absolute favorite color. I already have a couple of jackets that are in those green tones and I wear them all the time. So I know that I would get a lot of wear out of that, but I definitely think a classic khaki might be great. And if it's something that is pre-loved and specifically vintage, I'm not going to be as concerned about it getting dirt or wear to it. I was a little bit nervous about that with this brand new jacket for some reason. And I don't want to have my luxury items be like a museum collection in my closet. I want to be able to use them and not be afraid to, get a little bit of dirt or wear to them at all. Because there are so many styles, colors, and cuts to the Burberry trench or the Burberry coats, I'm gonna take my time to find the perfect one for me. The last item that I'm gonna be talking about today is a Max Mara Icon coat. This is a classic style from Max Mara. I've always wanted to add a Max Mara coat to my collection. I wasn't opposed to buying one brand new. However, because this is a style that has been made for a very, very long time, you can find many on the pre-loved market for as little as 10% of retail value, which is an insane savings. I really just love the style of this. I think it's classic, it's beautiful, it's never gonna go out of style, and it's something that is very practical as well. So that concludes my wish list for the year of 2022 that is quickly approaching us. I really appreciate your patience in this video. I hope it wasn't too long for you, but I hope that you kind of get a gist of the type of things that I am looking to purchase and kind of my thought process behind them. And the majority of these pieces I want to buy pre-loved, and I want to drive home the point of that you should always consider a pre-loved option when it makes sense, which is going to honestly be most of the time, at least for me. We have to remember not to be desensitized by the high price tag that these items come at the full retail price. So when buying things at the full retail price, it really needs to be something that is going to get a ton of wear and a ton of use out of you as the consumer for it to really make a lot of financial and practicality sense. Let me know down in the comments below, what are some of the items that are on the top of your wish list for the next year? I'm so curious to see what other people pick and choose. I think it's a lot of fun, and it also can give us some ideas for the future as well. Until next time, I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!